What's going on, people? Alright, as you can see, I'm out here enjoying the great outdoors. I appreciate y'all subscribing and tuning in to the channel. Just an introduction video about what this channel gonna be about. Basically, I'm just gonna be talking about events that's going on, politics, celebrities, you know, food and health, anything that I feel like need to be talked about. And it's not always gonna be what the majority think, you know. So I'm very in tune, I'll say, to current events and what's going on, and also things that's hidden. I decided to come to YouTube because I feel like I was bombarding people with information, whether they wanted it or not. And I mean, I'm still gonna probably post some things, but I feel like here I can express what I mean, because on Facebook you just get words and it leaves people to assume what I was saying. And so here I'm able to just voice my opinion, give my thoughts. And another thing, I'm gonna try to stay far away from my opinion unless it's just that type of video. For the most part, I want to bring facts, I want to bring evidence, I want to bring proof, documents. I want to do some traveling, I want to show y'all some things. I go in and out of a lot of different cities. I like to do historical things. I like to look up on things that we're told, and sometimes I found that I'm told things and then I go and see it for myself and it's not what I've been told, and that happens so often. And I want to just share those experiences with you guys, because a lot of times I tell people don't believe me and they try to tell me. For example, I live in Louisiana, so excuse me, I live in Louisiana. Something can happen in Louisiana. The news may report it one way, and people will call me and tell me what's happening, and I'm like, nah, it wasn't like that. That didn't happen. And they like, yeah, I just seen it on the news. They said such, and I could literally be there or standing there or have been there, and people will argue me down about something that they have no idea about, that I'm witnessing, I'm seeing, or I've actually talked to the people, and people will call me and want to tell me something based on what they've heard. So I hope to bring a lot of things to light for you guys. I want to show y'all things. I know a lot of people can't travel around. I can't travel around, but when I do, I like to learn things. I like to know about certain stuff. I travel Megabus a lot, because Megabus, you know, you pay like sometimes you can get a ticket for $1, but for the most part, I think the cheapest I've got a bus was $31 from New Orleans to Atlanta. And during those trips, I come across a lot of different people. I come across people who work for the Pelicans, people who work for the Saints, and I would think they would be flying. These people are riding buses because they are experiencing things, and then they are keeping a low profile. And I talk to a lot of people, and I see a lot of people, and I'm just so engaged with a lot of stuff, and I want to show you guys that. And I want you guys to engage back with me and tell me things and show me different things, or lead me to certain things that I can go and see and research. And I find that being the biggest problem, and which is one of the main reasons why I really wanted to start this channel, because we need more facts, more proof. Now, just by somebody saying stuff has so much weight, and people don't take the time to actually track it down or read it. I mean, something so simple as just reading something on Facebook, you will be surprised the stuff that people believe that they read on social media and Facebook. They have a picture going around now of Nicki Minaj sitting on the lap of what appears to be Megan Thee Stallion, but then you see these manly knees, you see these manly looking hands, and a lot of people know that it's photoshopped. But I was reading the comments on somebody else's page. A lot of people was like, I told y'all she was a transgender and all this. And I'm like, wow. Wow. You know? And I remember even coming up when they were saying Ciara was a transgender. Y'all remember that? I mean, when she first came out, after she was dating Bow Wow or whatever, they was, Ciara, she was born a transvestite. I know people here in Atlanta, well, I don't know them personally, but I know people who went to school with Ciara. As a matter of fact, a lady that I met on the Megabus, she had pictures of her nephew who graduated from, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Clayton High or something like that, but graduated from that high school with her, and they were in the picture together. And I'm like, if she was ever a man at some point, somebody would know. I know I have transgender friends who I went to high school with, who I went to middle school with, who were boys, but are now looking like women. So if they were to make it as a celebrity and they, you know, and people say, you know, oh, that's a transgender. Yeah, I know that to be a fact because I went to school with him when he was a he. But it's just amazing that people don't know who people are and just go by what they hear. And so that is what I'm here for. I'm here to clear up a lot of misinformation, a lot of stuff people hear and don't do the research. I'm going to encourage you to continue to do your research. Still research, because my word ain't all that. I think it is, but it shouldn't be to you, because you should verify. And that's what we don't do anymore. And two, we need to investigate the investigators. We need to research the research. Too many times we just seeing things and we just take it for face value without doing any research. Some things you can Google. Some things you're going to have to come outside of Google for. It just depends on how bad you want to know. But it is very important that we research and verify. Because this goes all the way back to history that we've been told. Now just think about all the lies and things that we know today, that we see every day, of people misinforming just things about you that you've heard, and you like, really? I wouldn't know if I had did that. You know, people, oh, I heard you got locked up, and you like, never been in jail before. People like, oh yeah, somebody such and such told me that, you know, such and such said that. So imagine that story traveling. Then imagine over years that story traveling, and then why you went to jail and all of this, and it never happened. Never happened. So imagine a lot of history that we were taught that never happened, or a lot of history that we weren't taught that did happen. So I'm here to try to bridge the gap between rumor and fact, misinformation and the right information. At the end of the day, we all have an obligation to each other, to ourselves, to seek the truth. I am a free thinker. I am a truth seeker. I don't care who say. I don't care if I don't like you. If you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth. It has nothing to do with me not liking you. I would be a liar to falsify you and call you a liar when I know for a fact you're telling the truth. But I just say you lying because I don't like you, and that's where we've ended up at. That's where we are now. We're in a place where popularity wins. Not only does popularity win, but the majority win. So if you think anywhere outside of this box, then you're an outsider and you are a minority, and people don't really take you seriously. If you notice, the people who tell the most truth don't have a large following they don't have a lot of friends. People who just out here, you know, being the funny guy, funny girl. They got thousands of people. They can put something so simple on Facebook and get 1.5. They can say good morning, hope everybody have a good day. They get 1.5 thousand likes. And I can go in there and say something that's true and need to be heard. People won't even say a word to it. And I understand sometimes, you know, it's hurtful. The truth can be hurtful, especially when you rather believe the lie. And so, again, for me, when it comes to politics, religion, when it comes to Facebook, I got people from, you know, all walks of life. But for the most part, Facebook is a personal page. So a lot of those people I went to school with, a lot of them are family, a lot of people I know from home, South Carolina. A lot of people I, you know, just met and became friends. But they've met me at a different part of my life, and we became Facebook friends. I've been on Facebook since what, 2010 maybe, 9, 10. I don't remember, but somewhere along there. I'll say 2009, give or take. And I'm not that same person. So I have people who friended me on Facebook from 2009, 2010, and here it is 9, 10 years later, and I don't even think the same. I'm not even the same person. I don't even eat the same food. And I may say something and people feel offended because they're looking for me to say the stuff I used to say. And so, in a nutshell, it kind of keeps you in a box. Because everybody don't respect your growth. Because everybody is not growing. Some people literally are in the same spot. And I don't mean job wise. Yeah, you can be on your job 20 years. Or I don't mean that. You can live in the same house 40 years. But mentally, you have to grow. If you believe the same thing you believed 5 years ago, you're not growing. You're not learning. Your views should change based upon your research and your learning. There's things that I learned last year that I went further into detail with my research and don't even agree with that. It's things that pop up on my Facebook from years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, did I say that? You know, and so I feel like I came to YouTube to build a bigger family and to bring myself closer to like-minded people. Because like I say, on my Facebook, a lot of people don't get what I'm saying. A lot of people don't like what I'm saying. A lot of people don't even care what I'm saying. So I feel like here, the people who want to hear, the people who need to hear, will hear. And they will appreciate it, because hardly have I, and this is something that I'm coming in tune with. I'm kind of intuitive, because at the same time, there are things that I spoke of in the past that has come to the light. And people used to call me, you know, a conspiracy theorist, or, you know, you just believe. And it's not really that I believe. It's just some things, you know, you research. And this is the thing about that type of stuff. They put the truth in your face. We just choose not to believe it. And some things are so blatantly in your face that you just be like, I know this ain't true. And it's absolutely true. And a lot of people are offended. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people are afraid. And that's what I want to do. I want to help calm that fear. And the way that you not be so fearful is by being educated and knowing. When I say educated, I'm not talking about school. I'm talking about knowledgeable about certain things. Of course you would be scared of things if you didn't know the truth about it, or didn't know how to fix it, or the fact that it's not even true. A lot of things keep us in bondage with fear that are not even true. But they had to instill that fear in you to keep you in this box. There are very few people outside of this box. And that is why I'm an advocate of thinking outside the box. That's my thing. I'm always for it. If it's thinking out the box and build local and think global, because you gotta build around where you are. And even though I'm coming to YouTube and I'm trying to reach people around the world, I'm still doing footwork wherever I am. I'm still gonna make statuses on Facebook. They may not be so in your face, but I'm still gonna make you think. I'm still gonna, you know, put it out there a little bit. And I find that a lot of people do appreciate it. And it's sad because it's almost like a bullying. The majority, it's like a bully game, because if you don't agree with the majority, they're gonna, you know, kind of have you like an outcast, to the point where I have statuses up, it won't have a like or a comment on it, or it may have one or two likes or whatever. I don't even care about the likes and comments. But what'll happen is people are so afraid to be outside of this box, they won't say anything on my status, but they'll inbox me and they'll want to know what I'm talking about, and they'll want to, you know, and they'll you know, want to have conversation about it and all this. And I'm like, you know, you're ashamed and fearful to agree with me on the status where people can see, because you know your friends may not agree. So you can't even be yourself. You can't be a free thinker. You can't think on your own, because we are to the point where if I disagree with you, we're probably going to argue and I don't like it. We cannot see nobody else's point of view. Luckily, I'm a Libra, so I have balance, and I'm able to empathize and sympathize with people. I'm able to see both sides. I'm able to see all three sides, because you got this side, that side, and then somewhere in there is what actually happened. And I'm able to see all of it. Some people can't do it. And I don't know if they can't do it, but they won't do it. And as soon as you go against what they initially think, it's over. And it seems sometimes that I may do that, but the difference is when you know it's a fact. Because this is the thing again, people will argue with you about things that they have no idea about. You should hear the things that I hear. You should hear the stuff that people say that are absolutely not true. Even in church, even in politics, and I'm not going to go that deep because this is the first video and I want y'all to come back for part 2. But we going to break it down. We going to get some truth. We're going to have some fun with it too. But that's the gist of what this page, what this channel will be about. Some things they may not monetize, because I've heard and seen that some things, depending on what you're talking about, YouTube won't monetize it. I don't care. I'm not. I was doing it on Facebook for free, so you know, to me, the most valuable thing out of it is the knowledge and reaching people, because I think some people do want to know the truth, but we're just misinformed, misguided. Some people don't have the gumption, I'll say. They don't have that thing in them, that drive to say, you know what, I'm gonna go outside of the norm and do more research. Some people just don't have that capability. It's not that they don't want to, they just don't know how, I'll say. So I'm here for you too. So again, thank y'all for coming and watching to even see what's about to go down on here, because I promise I'm gonna try my best to not let you down. I'm gonna try my best to keep it as factual, and if it is an opinion or fun like things, I'll say that. I'll say, you know, well, I feel like, but I'm not gonna, you know, well, this is what it is and this is what it's not, and there's no fact behind it. There's no work cited. I remember in school when we used to write, we used to have to write essays and stuff. At the end of it, you used to have to cite where you got your information from. Nowadays, people just running with information and don't have the slightest clue of where it came from, because it didn't come from anywhere. It came from a person. And then now you got people who won't even tell you who the person is. They just, I heard, you know, and then you say, well, who? Well, I ain't trying to be messy. I mean, well, you being messy now, because you just said what you said. You shouldn't even say it if you weren't going to tell me who. But anytime you come across that, 9 times out of 10, it's a lie. It derived from somebody or somewhere, and there is no evidence to back it up. So I'm excited about this because I got so much to say, so much to show y'all, so much that I have said on Facebook but couldn't go in detail about because it's typing in his words. But we're going to turn this thing up, and I just want to give y'all a brief look at the surroundings. Nice, beautiful, big yard, sun brightly shining. Of course, I'm zipped up in here, but we're gonna do some affirmations. We're gonna talk about some law of attraction type things. We're gonna talk about spirituality. We're gonna talk about the rise of spirituality and what's going on with the churches. We're gonna talk about it. It needs to be talked about. So if you're looking for a comedy and all of that, this is not gonna be the page for it. But if you're looking for some truth bombs, if you're looking for some proof, if you're looking for, you know, somebody who's just gonna give you knowledge without it being biased, and that's something that I made a comment about yesterday. I actually was telling my mom and my nephew, I said, you know, the thing about the news is supposed to report the news, not from nobody's point of view. It's just like a commentator at a basketball game or a football game or baseball, whatever. You're calling a game or commentating a game, you're not supposed to put yourself in a fan position at the time. You're not supposed to root for one team and not for other, although sometimes they seem like they do. You're not supposed to do that. You're just supposed to call the game. Okay, Jordan went down, he shot a layup. Okay, he hit. Oh, Karl Malone come back with a floater. Okay. Both sides. But the news will make you believe what they want you to believe. They'll only tell you this side. If it's CNN, they'll only tell you Democrat side. If it's Fox News, they only gonna take, well, let me take that back. CNN's gonna tell you CNN side. MSNBC's gonna tell you the Democratic version. Fox News gonna give you the Republican version. Why? Just report the news. When you do that, it proves that there's propaganda. It proves that it's not even news. You're giving me your opinion. Alright, y'all, I apologize about that. The camera died, but that's pretty much the gist of what this channel will be about. So I hope y'all subscribe and like, and we'll pick back up on this next time. So love, live, and most of all, be knowledgeable. Till next time. Peace.